Bree Barsanti here, Senior Solution Engineer from the APAC team. Super excited to show you what we have released in September, which is our new AI model to map converter. This tool gives us the ability to bring our technology and business teams together more than ever. With the ability to quickly pick up a BPMN file that may have come out of an ERP system, could have been built to articulate a specific system flow. We can now bring that automatically using generative AI over and ready for the business team to get executing. So let's take a look at this as we jump into product. I've got an order to cash set of procedures to create. You can see I've already defined the expert owner and the objective and background, which is pretty critical with using our AI features here in Nintex Process Manager, simply because the more context we give the generator, the better the content is that is created. So you'll see here we now have the start with process model. Select one of your BPMN process models in Process Manager, and our AI will help you convert it into a process draft. So we'll go ahead and select a model. I am going to simply search for my order to cash, and here we have that. If you take a look at this particular BPMN file in the snippet screen that we have, we've got Oracle, the ERP solution, working through purchase orders as they're received, obviously what the activities and catalogs are that are involved in that. It then comes through into the warehouse staff and sellers as they work through a range of documents and tasks that are being executed in and out of the ERP solution, the warehouse team, as well as the seller. Now, with the BPMN converter, we have the ability to actually select a specific part of the process, just simply holding the shift key and navigating through that particular section. Really handy when we actually need to chunk up our elements in this conversion. However, for the purpose of today, I'll show you a full BPMN file conversion, and that will really get us to be able to see what that natural business language looks like as part of this conversion tool. So we'll give it a moment here. It's analyzing each of those elements. It's assessing what I have in roles as well as systems within Process Manager. It's looking at the background and objective here that I had already brought through and into creating that procedure. And it's going to create for me my activities and tasks and best match those to the roles that we have available. So as we can see here, what it's done is it gives me a nice summary pane. I can really easily drill into that particular BPMN file and start to look at what we've got generated. So we'll scroll back up to the top and take a look at this. Now I can see Oracle sitting here in the swim lane, purchase order received, check stock availability. There's a warehouse database as well as a purchase order here, working across a couple of these activities. What we have is that being transformed into business language. Verify stock and materials. Oracle doesn't exist as a role. It's expecting that swim lane to actually be a specific role. So we'll go ahead and update that to the system, giving me an act to do that I can come back and review as part of our normal Process Manager creation of processes. It's then articulating what is going on in this particular process. Check stock availability to ensure the requested product is in inventory. So it's actually looking across the logic that's sitting here in the BPMN file and creating that task with far better business language, articulating the way that we would write a standard operating procedure or process map in Process Manager. We can see again, it's going down and starting to really articulate out some of that other business context. If the product is not in stock, check raw materials availability for production. And again, we can see that logic coming in off this gateway as it goes through and verifies that. Now from here, I can simply save that in, pop in my change notes. We'll go for conversion from BPMN file and that will be my first save comment notes. And of course from here I can go ahead, update things like the context here around Oracle, pop that as a systems table as some of that logic works through, delete that particular activity, come in again, updated task, save that in, and let's take a look at the map logic that we now have in place. So really quickly, you can see from that BPMN file, what we have generated here is a clear indication of how this process is running. Those automation activities that are happening around verifying stock and materials, coming through the raw materials and procurement information. I can share this out with the warehouse staff and the seller from here to ensure that we get this accurate and up to date before we publish it out to train our staff and start executing with this particular procedure. Hope you enjoy our new model to map feature. It will be available to you in your environment. Go ahead and talk to your sales team if you're interested in working with us further on this particular feature. Thanks so much.